It was early afternoon when I noticed Karen once again attempting to assert control over my property. This time, she had parked herself at the edge of my lake, claiming it was community property and that the HOA had the right to restrict access. She was blocking the main access point to the water, and a few neighbors had gathered, unsure of what was happening. Karen's confidence was as high as ever, but she had no idea that I owned the dam that fed the entire lake, a fact that would turn the tables in spectacular fashion. Karen waved her clipboard and shouted, "You can't just use this lake. The HOA rules apply here. Move immediately." I stepped forward calmly, letting the security cameras capture the scene. "Karen, you're trespassing. This lake, and the dam that feeds it, are my private property. You have no authority to restrict access or interfere." She laughed nervously. "I've already called 911. They'll make you comply." I activated the dam's controls remotely. A gentle but steady increase in water flow began to move toward the lake's edge near her position. The rise was carefully calibrated, not enough to damage property, but enough to make a clear statement. Karen's smirk faded as she noticed the water slowly creeping toward her makeshift barricade. What are you doing?" she shouted, panic creeping into her voice. I smiled. "Karen, you've blocked access to my lake. I'm simply adjusting the water level accordingly. It's fully within my legal rights, and you're about to experience the consequences of your actions." The neighbors watched in awe as Karen scrambled, trying to move her car and materials, but the controlled rise of the water effectively cut her off from advancing. The deputies, who had been alerted by my security system, arrived just in time to observe her panic and intervene if necessary. The lead deputy approached Karen and said firmly, "Ma'am, you have no authority over this property. Any attempt to interfere with the owner's control of the lake and dam constitutes trespassing. Step back immediately, or you will be arrested." Karen's protests fell flat. The dam, the lake, and the surrounding property were all legally under my ownership. Her attempt to assert HOA control had placed her in direct violation of multiple laws. Within minutes, Karen was escorted off the property by law enforcement, humiliated in front of the neighbors and her own HOA members. Her authority was immediately revoked, and the HOA board issued a formal warning about any future interference. The controlled adjustment of the dam demonstrated my absolute legal and physical control over the property while maintaining safety and preventing any real damage. By the end of the day, Karen had learned the consequences of overstepping boundaries. My lake remained fully accessible to those authorized, my dam operational, and my property completely secure. The HOA had been reminded, again, that private ownership and legal rights supersede any rogue attempts at community enforcement. Karen had thought blocking access to my lake would assert HOA power and intimidate me. Instead, she triggered law enforcement, public embarrassment, and permanent loss of authority, all while I maintained full control of the lake, dam, and surrounding property. Karen blocked my lake access. Instead, she faced arrest, public humiliation, and permanent revocation of HOA authority, proving once again that rogue HOA members cannot challenge private property without consequences.